subscribe, and let's get into this, man.
I went freaking hard.
Gizmos, gadgets, goodies.
Garage gym homies.
Homie, another hitter.
And the freaking weights were my wife.
Gizmos, gadgets, goodies. Let's get into this, man.
You're a convicted felon with a little bit of dancing.
Gizmos, gadgets, goodies.
Garage gym homie.
GGH, homie. Another hitter.
Hard hitter. Hard hitting.
Gizmos, gadgets, goodies. Let's get into this. What up? It's Garage Gym Homie, baby, and today is a big day because I am celebrating 5 years, no porn and no jerking off. Is it worth it? Before we get into this here, please click the subscribe button. I got content coming out all the dang time for you. So click subscribe and let's get into this, homies. 5 freaking years. This is a heck of a milestone for me, man. 5 years. I know this is a very personal video, but I made the channel to be transparent and to speak from the heart, and to I'm an agent of God, man. So I'm here to represent, and I work for God, and I'm here to stay close to Him and perform His work well. I can't believe it's been 5 dang years. 5 years since I've watched porn or jerked off, man, masturbated. And if you didn't know what jerking off meant. And I'm going to tell you, this is not just one of the best decisions I've ever made in sobriety, but it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Going back, man, from a young age, just like drugs impacted me, sex impacted me, and it was like every part of my life, you know, more than just, I don't want to come off like, oh, I'm different than everybody. I'm not, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people who can relate with me. Everything was very extreme with me as an addict. You know, the amount of women that I've been with, and the crazy sexual past that I've had, from a young age, from age, 16 up to, going to boarding schools and having all these sexual encounters, high school, throughout my entire life, going to LA. For 2 years, I dated, at the time, the most popular girl in porn. And I lived with her, dated her for 2 years. She's my girlfriend of 2 years. And being in the crystal meth life, which is extremely sexually intertwined, for lack of a better word. Crystal meth and sex comes with a lot of it's a very sex-driven life, the crystal meth life. And I come from a lot of sexual craziness, insanity. And when I got sober, I just thought that I could kind of be the same dude, just off drugs. And I fell short a lot in sobriety, man. I've had to grow a lot. You know, I spent, if I haven't jerked off or watched porn in 5 years, that means that 7 of those years in sobriety, over 6 of those years in sobriety, I was doing that. And I've played girls in sobriety. I strung a girl along that I knew in my heart we weren't, going to be together. I've lied, been dishonest. I've had to do a lot of growing, man. Ways that I've acted in early sobriety that I would never act today. And as I started to get to a higher spiritual level, meaning my relationship with God became closer and closer, and that relationship started growing, and I was becoming more of the man that I was supposed to be. I realized, man, that there's no area in my life that God's not part of, and I started operating at a higher wavelength. And, back when I was porn was a big part of my life too, because when I was on crystal, dude, it was crazy. I could be around, I mean, I was partying with strippers, porn stars, hookers, all that. I could have three girls on the bed. And when you're in the crystal meth life, if you know about the insanity, you could have three famous porn stars on your bed, and you'd rather jerk off to porn. I mean, not to get explicit and disgusting, but that's how crazy crystal meth is. Something about it makes you so into porn, and you get hooked and obsessed on certain kinds of porn. For me, it was like moms teaching teens, couples bang the babysitter. It's like, nothing too crazy or like, like out there, pretty basic stuff. But you get fixated on it, and I could be up for 5 days in a hotel just jerking off to porn, methed out. So the point is, man, and I'm telling you that to create an image, well, not like so you could picture me, not that specific of an image, but so you know where I came from. So the point is, man, like when I got sober, and then being in a relationship with a porn star, several porn stars I was in, had things with and all that. But one specific, my mentality changed. I had to convince myself that that I was okay with dating a girl who's banging other guys. And the way I did that is by fantasizing about it, And when I got sober, man, I had to do a lot of very deep spiritual work. It was traumatic. I would say that it was traumatic, what I come from. It had a big impact on me with relationships in sobriety. And I had to do a lot of deep spiritual work through prayer and learning about myself to work through some of that stuff. So I would continue to watch porn in sobriety and masturbate and whatever. And when you start operating at a higher wavelength, you're very in tune with your body, especially as a bodybuilder. You're even more in tune with your body. You're very conscious of how you feel all the time as a bodybuilder and a bodybuilder in sobriety and a bodybuilder in sobriety who's on a spiritual path. So all those things combined, I'm very in tune with how I feel. And when I would masturbate, I would have unhealthy thoughts about still getting high on crystal. Not that I wanted to get high on crystal, but the sexual picturing that fantasizing about how that crazy sex life was, And I realized, man, when I would jerk off, it did something different to me than just having sex with a girlfriend. It gave me an extreme brain fog. It made me feel almost sick, like the next day, like I was completely out of it. And that might sound crazy to some of you, but I Googled it. There were a lot of people, man, who experienced that brain fog after jerking off. And so I started, between knowing that I wanted to be done jerking off, I just think that's kind of our lowest inhibition as men to do that. Jerking off is like our lowest inhibition. And as a spiritual being, I started realizing that porn was way too close to home for me. It was just way too close to the life I lived, the meth life. I realized that there's no way I could watch porn and do it in a healthy way. And now I look back and realize nobody can watch porn in a healthy way. It wasn't just me. And I started praying about it, man. Started praying. I prayed for like 6 months, I think, every day. God, please give me a healthy sexual mindset. Please give me a healthy sexual mindset. And I would try not to, watch porn or jerk off or this or that. And I'd go 5 days and then do it. And then I'd have this brain fog the whole next day. I'm like, why did I do that? This sucks. I'd keep praying. God, please give me a healthy sexual mindset. 6 months after that, man, I freaking heard God as clear as day. And God was like, you keep praying for a healthy sexual mindset. You keep praying for the willingness. You keep praying for me to help you and for the power. I heard God in my heart say, I already gave you the power. Now you have to meet me halfway and take action. And man, I deleted all the links on my computer. And I made a contract with God that I was done for good. And I never looked back. I just knew in my heart, man, that there was nothing left there for me. Every single decision we make in our life, I'll say the same things over and over and over, does one of two things. Every decision we make either gets us further from God or closer to God. There's no in between. There's zero in between. When I'm meal prepping, when I'm working out, when I'm helping people, when I'm making content, when I'm at work, everything we do, it's to fulfill our purpose. It gets me closer to God. When I'm watching porn, I think the answer's obvious on which direction that takes me. There's no, I have friends who talk about wanting to stop jerk off. Oh man, it's amazing you do that. I'm trying to stop. And my mentality is, there's no trying. When we want to do something, whether for me it was be done with swearing. I made a decision years ago that I was done cussing. I didn't want to swear anymore. It wasn't like I'm going to try not to swear anymore. I'm going to try not to jerk off anymore. It was a firm decision. I'm done with this. The same with getting sober. I didn't say, I'm going to try not to do heroin anymore. I'm going to try to get sober. I said, I'm done. Not one day at a time. I'm done for good. I'm ready to be done for good, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. It was the same with porn and jerking off. And I can't stress to you, as men, how important this conversation is. It had made my life so much freaking better. I feel like a better man. I feel healthier. I feel sharper. I feel more driven. I feel like I've taken that energy that I wasted on my lowest inhibitions and I've put it towards good use, like this channel, like making content. I feel like I don't know if be proud is the word. I think proud is different than pride. I think there is a difference between being proud and having pride. I'm proud of the fact that I'm probably one of a small portion of society that doesn't watch porn or jerk off. It's so normalized in our society that porn, even in the therapy industry or the science community, it's healthy for couples to watch porn. It's health, dude. The stuff I'd fantasized about has cleared up. I don't have horrible fantasies about sex that I used to, that I knew were unhealthy. I don't think about shooting up some girl with crystal meth and watching her get banged. Whatever. I mean, I'm spilling my heart out to you, man. Everything feels pure now in this department. And my sex drive's better. My workouts feel better. You could say, oh, some of that's mental. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if it's a placebo. I don't care if it's in my head. What's the difference? What's the difference between a placebo and the real thing if you're experiencing it? What's the difference? Why is one not as good? I am a better, sharper, more spirit, and I can face myself in the mirror at the end of the day. I've been in the porn industry. I was in LA for 8 years. A couple of those years I was in the penitentiary. about 6 of those years, I was either in the porn industry, running around with a bunch of hookers and strippers. I've seen that side of it. I've been on countless porn sets. I used to bring girls in the industry. I used to act, the way I acted was disgusting. And I can't even really describe what I've seen in there. I'd have to make another video about it. But not that it's necessary, I do. It's toxic. For a normal person, it's toxic, but when you've seen what goes into the industry and the kind of women that are in it, and you've been around it, you've dated them, you've been with them, you know about their past, you know about the trauma, you know about how sick the people in the industry are. You can't just watch porn guilt-free. I have a soul. I have a freaking soul that needs to stay intact. I can sleep better at night. Everything about not watching porn and not jerking off. I tried for a few weeks to just not watch porn, but still jerk off. I was still fantasizing about the porn I was watching. It just didn't make sense. I had to give up both at the same time. And I feel closer to God now. I feel in my heart that this is what God wanted for me. And I think this is what God wants for men. We got to be strong freaking men. Porn and jerking off it does one thing. It weakens us. And there's no way around that. There's nothing that it does to strengthen us. There's nothing it does to make us better men. There's nothing it does to make us stronger or more driven. It's the absolute opposite. Everything about porn and jerking off makes us softer and weaker and further away from the person I know deep down in my heart I'm supposed to be. I feel so good, so much energy. I have a wife now. I have a ring on my finger. I can go to bed with her. I'm not in a relationship that's not committed. I don't have to worry anymore about facing myself in the mirror at the end of the day and thinking to myself, like, man, why are you sleeping with this woman that you're not fully committed to? Everything feels whole now. Fully committed. I'm not watching porn. I'm not watching this toxic mind control industry. I'm jerking off. I'm not giving in to my indulgences. Nor do I want to, by the way. I'll be honest with you. It's been 5 years. January 3rd, I celebrated 5 years of no porn, no jerking off. In those 5 years, I haven't wanted to jerk off or watch porn. If you said, is that tough for you? It's the same as drugs. God has removed it from me. It's like the problem's gone. It's like when I got sober, I know a lot of people say to me, man, I know how tough that must be to be sober. And I think to myself, no, sobriety's easy. Sobriety's the easiest thing ever. I don't think about heroin I've been sober 12 years this month. January 26th, I'll be celebrating 12 years, God willing. In those 12 years, I haven't thought about it once. Not once have I said, oh man, some heroin would feel good right now. God completely removed it from me. That's how powerful God is. So if you want to stop doing porn, watching porn, and jerking off, I promise you it will upgrade your life. You will operate at a higher wavelength. And if you say, well, I jerk off, it doesn't affect me like that. Yeah, it does. You don't know it. You don't realize what it's like not to do it. It's like when you eat so clean, like I do. You eat so clean, and then you have a cheat meal, and you feel like bloated and like junk. Some people they're just eating like that constantly. They just operate at such a low level. They just feel like junk all the time, but that's their normal. They think that's feeling like junk to them. They just feel normal doing it. They don't feel like, oh, I'm so bloated, because they're constantly at that low wavelength. When you start becoming closer to God and more spiritual, you operate at a higher wavelength, so you're in tune with what affects you. it definitely affects your soul. Watching porn and contributing to something as sick as that, porn's disgusting. There's no way around it. There's no okay way to do it sometimes or anything like that. It's disgusting. And I don't have to feel like I'm not cool or I'm less of a cool dude. I don't got to be Mr. Cool Guy and impress people. I speak from my heart and I'm true to myself. Porn's disgusting. I don't care if I sound like a square. I'm happy to. Jerking off, it's just our lowest indulgence ever. It's like the lowest hanging fruit of indulging. It's like, come on, dude, let's put that drive towards something, a passion, helping somebody, building our project in life. It's like smoking weed. It just kind of weakens me. It just, there's nothing positive that it does for me. There's nothing left there for me. So I know I've gone on and on, man, but I just wanted to share this celebration with you because 5 years feels like a heck of a milestone. I'll be honest with you. That's no small feat right there, man. 5 years is 5 years, homie. That's 5 years of not jerking off and not watching porn. That's a long time, dude. I got to call my friends and I've had I only have a couple close guy friends. And I told them, and they're like, "That's crazy, man." And they're trying to do something similar, but I've been able to do it, man. Get it out of my life and be done with it for good. I'm never going back. It's not even a question. I could never imagine going back. The same way I would never go back to heroin. It's just I can't. It's just so far removed from me. But I do celebrate the victory. 5 years is a milestone, and I hope you're celebrating with me, man. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think. This is an important topic, as uncomfortable as it may seem for me, but I'm here to put it all out there for you, man. God bless all of you, man. Let's get this dang muscle. We're out.